I'm so glad to have you with me once again. We're picking up our story with, again, the prophets. As the prophets announce, this is what the Lord says now to the people. There are some themes that begin to be sounded. The prophets confront people in power. The prophets name evil and injustice, and particularly they name injustice that is happening to the poor. The injustice by which the powerful bear down on the weak. And the prophet, in the name of the Lord, tends to speak up for the poor, for the oppressed. A major theme in the prophets is also the human continual tendency to turn away from God, to turn our backs on the Lord and pursue other gods, other visions of the world, other goals, often worked out of our own egos. The prophets confront this tendency to idolatry, because that's what it is. When something other than Israel's mysterious God is our primary referent, our primary value, our primary goal, we become idolaters. Every time we value something else than God and God's will, we become idolaters. As Martin Luther wrote, nothing is evil except what God forbids, and nothing is good except what God commands. The prophets call people to account precisely in that way, reminding people forcefully of what the Lord has said is evil and the ways in which they are doing it, and also reminding people of what God has commanded is good. And we begin to see appearing in the prophets visions of the coming fulfillment of the promise of blessing. Some of the prophets begin to hold out breathtaking poems that speak of the time when this blessing will fill the earth, when all people will participate in it, when, as Isaiah puts it, when the mountain of the Lord's house will be lifted up and be the highest mountain, and all the peoples of the earth will stream in, saying, teach us the ways of the Lord. Or again, Isaiah, they will not hurt or destroy on all my holy mountain, for as the water fills the sea, so will the earth be filled with the knowledge of the Lord. Other prophets begin to say it in slightly different ways, but this great promise is held out, the promise of a day when God will come, when the mysterious God will step out from behind the veil, as it were, when God's justice will reign in all the creation, when God's mercy will govern relationships between, not just between all human beings, but between all beings, between all that lives, and God. God will be all in all. The prophets call it out in word and call for people to bind themselves to this mysterious Lord who is bringing somehow this future. Thank you.